Peace and blessings, Israel. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, but a foul and corrupt wife, give her a bill of divorce. Again, what's the name of the lesson, man? Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, but a foul and corrupt wife, give her a bill of divorce. The title pretty much speaks for itself. In today's world, as we see it, when it comes to marriage, you know, it's definitely undervalued. There's no really true value when it comes to marriage because the world, okay, dictates how your marriage go. It's no longer dictated by the Bible. The world now dictates marriages. And when I say the world, you have TV shows, reality TV, this music that we're listening to, all these different avenues of negative influence when it comes to marriages. You know, for whatever reason, marriage is, like I said, is pretty much thrown to the wayside. Most marriages today, if you're lucky, might last 3 or 4 years. If you're lucky, a marriage to last 20 plus years, that's rare today. You know, but it's what you see on the screen is the movie Addicted. All right. Pretty good movie, man. Especially if you look at it as a biblical experience. Excuse me. In other words, if you look at this movie and apply it to the Bible, man, that's all you need to see when it comes to what's a virtuous wife or a foul and corrupt wife. What you see on the screen is a wife, her husband, and 2 side men that she had relations with. This would be an example of a foul and corrupt wife. Okay? There's nothing about this wife is symbolic to being virtuous. This is what a foul and corrupt wife looks like, what you see on the screen, man. And we're going to get into this, man. We're going to get into this word because let me just say this. Let's just get into these scriptures and for you sincere brothers out there that have a wife, hey man, may the Lord bless y'all. May y'all prosper. May you guys be married forever in great harmony, you know, and you sisters as well. You know, if you're married to your husband, man, may the Lord bless that situation because right now, man, marriages are not valued the way the original intent of marriages was designed to be all the way back in Genesis, man. We're going to come to you in the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26, verses 1 through 3. And it reads, Sirach 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. Let's think about that for a minute. Okay, the man is what? He's blessed. In other words, he's bestowed with divinely and supreme favor. Okay, why is he blessed? Why is he favored with divine and supreme favor? Because he has a virtuous wife, a wife that's upright, a wife that has great spiritual integrity, okay? A wife that's morally good, a wife that's innocent, a wife that's scandal free from unlawful sexual relations. You see, that definitely wouldn't apply to this wife that you see on the screen. But blessed is a man that have a virtuous wife. Why? For the number of his days shall be double. Now, according to the Bible, the average age nowadays is 70. If you're lucky, 80 years old. Okay? According to having a virtuous wife, man, your days is going to double. It's going to be not your normal days, but in other words, your days will be much extended than what your normal life expects you to die from. You are going to have an extension on your life simply because you have a virtuous wife, which means your health is going to be intact. A whole lot of good things is going to be happening for you. Verse 2, it says, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. So that same woman, which is upright, who has great spiritual integrity, who's morally good, who's innocent, who's scandal free, that particular woman says what? A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband. In other words, she's cheerful. She's demonstrating happiness, jubilation, joyfulness, celebration worthy. You see, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace, in calmness, in quietness, in silence, like a relief when you're retired. You see that? That's beautiful, man. And in verse 3, it says, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. That's cold-blooded, man. So if you're a husband and you fear the Lord and you doing everything you're supposed to be doing, the best of your abilities, upright as you can, dude, you can't beat that. It says what, man? A good wife. In other words, a good wife is only a reflection of of a good husband. You dig? A bad wife is a reflection of a bad husband. So if you are righteous, spiritual brother, a upright brother, guess what, man? Your wife is going to be a reflection of that. Well, at least she's supposed to be. You see? What's the name of the lesson, man? Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, but a foul and corrupt wife give her a bill of divorce. So what we've covered so far is what it's like to have a virtuous wife. The life, a husband, what his life consists of when he have a virtuous wife. That's such a beautiful thing, man. But a virtuous wife, come on, man. It's hard to find them today. It's hard to find them, man. Now we're going to deal with the other aspect of it. You either have a wife that's virtuous or you have a wife that's foul and corrupt. Now we're going to get into the foul and corrupt wife, you see, and what you ought to do if you're in this situation. In Sirach chapter 25, we're going to go back a chapter. Sirach 25, starting in verse 22. It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudency, and much reproach, man. A woman, if she maintains her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Now, the key word I want you to think about, it says, if a woman maintains her husband. You see that? It's not even a guarantee that she's going to maintain him. Why? Because she's more than likely going to be attached to other men like you see on the screen. But if she's able to escape these other men on the screen and just focus on her husband, that would be her way of being forced to maintain her husband. And once she if she's able to maintain him, she's going to be full of outrage, shamelessness, and utter disgrace. You see that? And that's exactly a description of a foul and corrupt wife. Okay? Just to maintain you, she's angry, she's impudent, it's a reproach for her. It's an outrage, it's a shamelessness feeling, it's an utter disgrace. The feeling that she have just to maintain you, man. That's a clear sign, man. Verse 23, a wicked woman abated the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees. You see that? In other words, man, let's focus on she's going to bring a heavy countenance, bring him a wounded heart, weak hands, and feeble knees. So when you translate what that woman is going to be, she's going to bring him a heart full of humiliation, a gloomy face, an injured heart, droopy hands, and weakened knees, man. That's all. You see that? This is what a foul and corrupt wife brings to the table. You see the difference in what a virtuous wife brings to the table? Verse 24, man, what do it says? Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And the point is in verse 26, Sirach chapter 25. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. You see that? Now let's analyze that. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. In other words, if she refused to obey, you, if she refused to be submissive to you, and she chooses to be disobedient, if she chooses to be insubordinate, then you give her her walking papers, aka a divorcement, by way of detaching and disconnecting from her emotionally, okay, which is a psychological divorce. You see, a psychological divorce is what you give her. Why? Because according to Yahushua, marriage is not an option as long as divorce is not an option as long as there's no infidelity there. And as long as the woman and man stay together and there's no defilement of the marriage bed, then there's no grounds for divorce. So if y'all having marital problems and it don't have nothing to do with defiling the marriage bed, y'all got to find a way to work that out. You see, because divorce not an option. Now, in Moses' time, he granted divorce because it was the men were being cruel to the woman. Matter of fact, let me grab that. I think it's Deuteronomy 24:1. Let me see if I can grab that. See, in the old times, Moses allowed you to write a bill of divorce with your woman, but see, that wasn't always correct. You see, you just can't divorce your woman. There's things that's in place. It says in Deuteronomy 24:1, it says, when a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she had no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out the house. You see that? But see, again, that was not the law, man. That Moses allowed that, but Yahushua came back and overruled that. I believe in Matthew 5:31. Let's see if we can get that. So you can't literally divorce her unless she steps out on you, man. But we're gonna get it. Matthew 5:31. And then we're going to get ready to close it out. Matthew 5:31, I want to say. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long night tonight, man. It says in Matthew 5:30 and 31, it says, Matthew 5:31. It says, it have been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. Verse 32, but I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committed adultery. You see that? So if this woman don't cheat on you, you can't put her away. But if she's a foul and corrupted wife, okay, one that brings to the table outrage, shamelessness, and utter disgrace by being with you, and then she bring you a heart full of humiliation, a gloomy face, injured heart, drooping hands, weakened knees, and on top of that, she refused to obey you, she refused to submit to you, and she choose to be disobedient to you, she choose to be insubordinate to you, then you give her walking papers, aka divorcement, by way of detaching and disconnecting from her emotionally. And then she could seek whatever man she want that allow her to disobey him and be insubordinate. But a man, a righteous man, shouldn't be able to put up with that. So what you do, you can't literally divorce her physically, but you can psychologically divorce her. In other words, you can mentally and emotionally separate and disunion yourself from that person, man. Yeah, because that'll avoid the conflict, that'll avoid the arguments, that'll avoid the love suffering and the hate dominating the situation, man. Yeah. Now, in case of this woman on the screen that is a foul and corrupt wife, if she's having sex and defiling the marriage bed, oh yeah, that's all you need to divorce her. But if she's just a foul and corrupt wife, she just got a real bad spirit towards you and disrespecting you, man, and making your life a living hell, even though she haven't cheated on you, then you give her a psychological divorce, man. Yeah, that's cold-blooded. What's the name of the word? Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, but a foul and corrupt wife, give her a bill of divorce. And the divorce you're going to give her is a psychological divorce, man. That's right. You are to detach and disconnect from her emotionally, man. That's right. That's right. Your mental and emotional separation and disunion from her is immediate, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters out there that are married. I hope that you brothers have a wife that's more on the virtuous side than the foul and corrupt side. But the way society is set up right now, most of these wives are more closer to the foul and corrupt wife versus being the virtuous wife. Like woman being virtuous, that's like so women are so not interested in being virtuous today. And that's why most marriages fail, and that's why most women are disrespecting their husbands, man. Shalom.